Hello everyone, my name is Addison and welcome back to another video. We are officially kicking it off with Phobia Friday, so I hope everyone is having a good Friday today. A good Friday the 13th, that is. In 2020, this is bad news. So our fear for today is arachnophobia. And arachnophobia is an extreme or irrational fear of spiders. So what we're gonna do is I want to make it look like a spider's crawling out of this eye right here. So how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna put some gauze over my eye. So I am back looking a little foolish. The reason why I say I'm foolish is because I thought I was gonna get started with this side right away, so I covered up my eye. How am I supposed to do my makeup with one eye? I don't know. So ever since I was a little girl, I'd probably say I was around 5 or 6 years old, I would always experience sleep paralysis in my old house. I describe my experience as somewhat normal, but the thing that wasn't normal to me, obviously, I'd always have a dark figure at the end of my bed, and a really heavy feeling on my chest would always be there. But something that always stood out to me is I'd feel as though something was always punching me in my back. This would happen almost every night until I was around 11 years old. I just assumed this was normal sleep paralysis. So a little backstory. The night of my great-grandmother's funeral, I was about 9 or 10 years old. I saw her stood near my window in my bedroom smiling at me. I remember I tried to talk to her and asking her why she was here because I was confused. Obviously, being that young, I thought I had just seen my grandmother die, but maybe she was still alive, or maybe she was just a ghost visiting me. So I got out of my bed and went to walk over to her, and all of a sudden her face just dropped, her eyes went really wide, and she looked absolutely terrified. Out of nowhere, her face lost the appearance of having skin on it. Her face basically turned into a skull. And when I tried talking to her again, she screamed. So looking back on this horrific story, I do not think that that was my grandmother. I think that that was the ghost of Jeremy, who I'm about to tell you about. So back to the original story. Around 6 months ago, my mom, brother, and I were talking before we went to bed one night. We were talking about ghosts and experiences with paranormal activity since we had just finished watching the movie Paranormal Activity. So as we were finishing up that conversation, I brought up to my mom that I had horrible sleep paralysis about a guy in my bedroom every night. And I remember her saying, "Are you joking? Please tell me you're joking." And then I said, "Why would I be joking?" So my mother went on to tell me that when we were moving out of our house in 2014, our old house, we were packing up all of our things and she needed to grab some things out of the attic of her bedroom. So when she went up to the crawl space, she found a few things. She said she found a lot of old newspapers and records of someone living in this house who happened to be a male, and he died in the 1900s. It didn't say whether he died in the house that we were living in then, or if he died elsewhere and just came back to haunt this house. We came to the conclusion that he was the one haunting us because when we bought the house, it was really outdated and the rooms were weird, and so we were converting some rooms into bedrooms, and we believe that he was angry at us because he still thought that it was his house and he was still alive. and we were changing what he lived in. So that is why we think that this man was haunting us, but mostly me. Anyway, after we moved out of that house and then moved into the current house we're living in 2014, I didn't really experience any more ghost issues for a few years. Then fast forward to 2017, my best friend was over at my house and we were making baked goods for a bake sale that we were doing for our school. She asked if she could use the restroom as we were baking the cookies. I said sure. She used the restroom, which was upstairs. When she came back, she told me that there was a strange man standing at the bottom of the stairway, and I asked her to describe him for me, and she said he had on a blue and white checkered shirt, and he was wearing black pants and was wearing rectangle framed glasses and had sort of a big round belly. I just assumed that she was trying to make a joke with me because I had literally just told her that day about the experiences that I had at my old house with that man. Fast forward another month into the future, and I had another friend over who was coincidentally living in my haunted old house. It's also really important to note that this friend of mine that I had over had no idea who my best friend was and had never ever talked to her before. So this friend had to use the bathroom as well upstairs, and when she came back from the bathroom, she said that there was a man standing at the bottom of the stairs when she came out of the bathroom. And I asked her to describe this man, and coincidentally, she described it the exact same way as my other friend. The summer of the same year, my best friend of 11 years, who moved into my old house, traveled 2 hours to stay with me. One night, she shook me awake and said, "Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You're freaking me out. Please stop doing that. You're freaking me out." Me, waking up from a dead sleep, was completely confused and caught off guard at what my friend was saying to me. So I said, "What do you mean? What's going on?" And she said that I kept yelling out, "Go away, you're not supposed to be here. We left your house. You're not supposed to be here. Please go away. You're not supposed to be here." Over and over and over again. This could just be a crazy coincidence, or it could be that I was talking to Jer. Fast forward again to present day, or in the story's sake, 2019, there are more unexplainable coincidences that I just thought I would add. First of all, in my room, I used to have this desk chair. Nothing out of the ordinary, you know, just a desk chair. So I was hanging out in my room with my cat, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the desk chair creaks, and I get a little spooked by it. No big deal. It's an old desk chair. Desk chairs creak all the time. Well, my cat flipped out and her hair stood up, would not stop hissing at my desk chair. So I tried to calm her down, you know, just show her that, hey, it's just a desk chair. Like, it's not gonna hurt you. It's just a desk chair. I went to go sit her over on the chair to reassure her that, you know, it's just a desk chair. And she flipped. She would cling on to me, wouldn't let me go, wouldn't let me put her down until I took her out of my room. And finally, the last thing that happened to me, which was the most recent, happened to me a few weeks ago. My brother left for work and he left his door open, and I don't like when his door is open because my cat will get in there. I went to close the door and I made sure that it clicked shut, so it was closed all the way. I made sure of it, and I went downstairs to hang out with my mom for about a half an hour, and then when I came back up, the door was wide open, and it kept opening and closing and opening and closing very slowly. And I said, "Shut the door, Jeremy." And I kid you not, he slammed that door so hard. That's basically all that's really happened. So the reason why his name is Jeremy is I didn't know his name from the records, but ever since I was little, there's always been this strong presence that his name felt like it was Jeremy. So I started calling him Jeremy, and that's what he reacts to. To this day, I will still have little experiences with Jeremy to make so he makes himself known that he's still here taunting me. Do you guys think that Jeremy is a bad spirit or a good spirit? Let me know down below. That is the end of this story. This story was from Reddit. I think that's where I'm gonna get all my stories. It was titled Jeremy. I thought it was really creepy, and it was based on a true story. Have you guys ever experienced any sleep paralysis of your own? I've experienced it one time. Here is the finished look. The latex is still drying a bit, so that's why you might see some white bits here and there. But what did you guys think of the story? Do you like scary stories like that? Do you want something different? Let me know in the comments below or message me on any of my social media linked in the description. I think we should do a spooky montage. What do you guys think? Does it look like a spider is coming out of my eye? I think it kind of looks like it, but I can't really tell what this stuff is looking like because I can only see out of one eye and not that well. So I think we should do a spooky montage really quick. What do you guys think? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate all the people that love and support me. You guys are greatly appreciated, and I love all of you guys. I hope you liked this story, and please message me if you want me to do a phobia. So this is like really heavy on my face. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I don't know what we'll be doing next week, but I hope to see you then. Bye!